Welcome back to What's New in the Mat-Su. Today we're going to visit with Phyllis Schafer from the Alaska Community Development Corporation. We're going to learn all about the self-help building program. Welcome back to What's New in the Mat-Su. I'm Andrea Rail with Jack White Real Estate. Today I'm here with Phyllis Schafer from the Alaska Community Development Corporation. We're going to talk a little bit about the self-help program. Thank you so much for joining me today, Phyllis.
You're welcome.
So tell me a little bit of, what can you tell me about the self-help program?
Well, the self-help program, I was actually hired to that program back in 2000.
Okay, so you've been doing it for a very long time.
We have been doing it for a very long time. It's an agency. We have done more than 100 houses.
Awesome.
So it's amazing how people don't hear about it.
I agree. So I know just a tiny bit about the self-help program because through school, my kids in sports, one of the moms had done the self-help, or they're doing the sweat equity, and they get together and build the house. So I'm like, but I do think you're right. Not a lot of people know about it because a lot of people don't even know where to find the information.
Yeah, and in the past, we've been everywhere. We've been in parades, we've been at the fair, on radio, TV, but still, I think that people think that it's too good to be true.
Yeah.
Because the equity, especially in the last few years, has just been phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know, they've walked in upon completion of the home with, $50,000, $60,000 in equity.
That is awesome. So tell us a little bit about what type of incomes, because it is income based, right? What type of income?
It is income based per family size.
Okay.
Income from all adults in the household, whether they're obligated to make the payment or not, are counted.
Okay.
But the income limits are fairly simple. Let's just say for a 1 to 4 person household, they're very generous.
Okay.
Low income, that's what they call low income.
Okay.
$84,800.
Oh, so that is very generous.
Yes.
Okay, so that's 1 to 4 adults, or 1 to 4, is that including children and everything?
Yes.
Okay.
That's household members.
Okay.
And 5 and over then jumps to $111,950.
Yeah, those are very generous limits. I think that would really cover a large population in the Mat-Su Valley that could qualify for this program. What other type of qualifications are there besides income?
Well, and the one thing about this income, if you're in the very low income, like 1 to 4 person household at $53,000, this program right at the moment, the interest rate is 3.25.
Oh, that's amazing.
It just dropped in October 1, so it may go back up.
Okay.
But it can be subsidized down to 1%.
Oh, that's so not only do you walk in with equity in your home, you also have a subsidized interest rate. So our actual interest rates now for most loans are ranging around the 6 to 6.5, 6.7. It changes every day. But so that's almost half of what the prime interest rate is.
Right.
So,
it can give you a lot of buying power at 1%.
Absolutely. Right. And so how do they have to have any kind of credit requirements or anything like that?
They do. They're looking ideally at a 640.
Okay, so that's the lowest
But that does not mean that if they're under 640 that they won't qualify.
Okay.
It just means that we have to do a little more credit references.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean they would not qualify.
That's awesome. So still apply. If you're under 640, you can still apply to at least see if you're available.
Yeah. The things that will stop you in your tracks are delinquent federal loans.
Okay. Which, like student loans or...
Now that doesn't mean that you're not paying on them if you're at an income based or something, but that means you have been determined delinquent.
Okay.
You are in collection.
Okay.
And delinquent child support.
Okay.
Those will stop you in your tracks.
Okay. And then what other type of requirements does this program require?
Well, that's pretty much to get you an eligibility.
Okay.
Okay. And other than that, it requires a willingness to work.
So how many hours a week do they have to work to be part of this program?
The program requires 25.
Oh, okay.
Which, you know, if you work on the weekends, you have a family member help you,
Mm-hmm.
or a friend,
Mm-hmm.
you can do that pretty easy.
Absolutely.
We do have a hard time sometimes getting them to meet their obligation.
Yeah.
But then others are just so good at it.
Yeah.
So, but the key is that no one moves in until they are all completed.
Okay, so all the houses are completed. Mm-hmm. And how many houses do you guys have in a group? Because you do it like a group of people at one time,
Everybody
right?
works on everybody's home until they're all completed and given permission to move in.
Okay.
We have done, when we first started out, we did 10.
Okay.
That was a little difficult up here in Alaska.
Yeah.
In the winter, we shoveled a lot of snow.
Oh, I bet.
and then we've knocked it down to 7.
Okay.
And so that's what the project is ongoing right now.
So 7 families are in a group.
Families.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And our next group that we're trying to get together, we're going to go to 6.
Okay.
To try to speed up.
Okay, so that way they can get into their houses a little bit quicker too?
Yeah,
okay.
Make the construction go a little quicker.
Okay, and so this program's overseen by a general contractor, right? And then the families go in and help. What type of work do they help do?
Okay, it's not overseen by, quote, a general contractor.
Oh, okay.
We have a construction supervisor.
Oh, okay.
That oversees it.
Okay.
Work that requires a state license, like your plumbing and electrical, are done by licensed professionals. The families do, and we've often volunteered here at the office. They've done siding and flooring, like laminate flooring, painting. They've done roofing. They look at requiring like 65% of the construction, so you'd be amazed that a regular contractor is getting paid for the simple things that you can do yourself.
Yes, yeah.
So it's really a good program.
That is a really awesome program. And so so you had mentioned you or your friend, so if you have 25 hours that you're obligated to do per week, you can bring a friend or a family member, say your uncle or brother or cousin or dad, and they can help fulfill those 25 hours too?
Yes.
Okay, that's really awesome. That makes it available.
As long as you're doing at least 15 of it.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
And then...
Because you're the one that is getting the benefit of the equity.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and that brings me to another question. So say now once they move into this house, so the loan program that they get for buying the house, that's upon completion? Is that when they get the loan program?
We start out with what they call a construction loan.
Okay.
Okay. The funds are drawn off of that construction loan for building the house. And then when it's complete, then rural development flips that to, quote, a permanent loan.
Okay.
And then 30 days from that is when they start their payments.
Okay.
So there is no payment.
All the way up to...
All the way through.
So all the way that they're working everything, they don't pay a payment until 30 days after they've closed on...
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
That's correct.
And then...
That would be a hardship.
Yeah, it would be for sure, especially if they're having to spend time building when they aren't working, all of that stuff. So... When you guys, do you pick the lots, or what property is available?
We pick the lots because we want them for one thing in one area.
Yeah. And
for another, we do site development with some other funds.
Okay.
That sometimes help bring down their loans even further.
Okay. Yeah, so, that's awesome.
But yeah, we do the site development.
Okay. And so, and then the floor plans and stuff like that, do you guys have a couple different floor plans for them to choose from?
Yeah,
or how do they go about that?
We've usually had 3 to 5 that they choose from. We're working on some new ones.
And what do those range like? Are they all pretty typical, like 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom? Or
yes.
Yeah. Okay, so an
2
average
bedroom,
size.
2 bath. Usually a 2-car garage.
Okay, nice. So a nice 1,200 square feet about it?
No, actually the last couple of years have been 1,700.
Oh, those are a big house then.
Yeah, it depends on the covenants
Okay.
as to how small or how big they can be, you know.
Okay. And then when, so say they're finished, they can move into the home. Now say they go to sell the house in 5 years. When they sell the house, do they have to pay money back to the program, or is it just their equity to cash in on?
No, their equity at the beginning is set aside.
Okay.
Okay, and that's based on appraisal, of
Mhm.
course, of what it appraised at and what their loan was. That amount is set aside. Now,
Okay.
if you had subsidy, yes, there could be some payback.
And the subsidy would be what brought your interest rate down to 1%, right?
Because that's what they're subsidizing is your interest. They're not really subsidizing your principal, but
Okay.
they're subsidizing that interest.
Okay.
And so typically, rural development, don't correct me. Typically, it's always been no more than 50% of that,
Okay.
unless it's a very small amount.
Okay.
So
And so the so when you say like right now, just at the beginning of October, which the interest rates change all the time, so don't quote us on this, but that it's at 3.25%. So that's without any subsidy or anything.
Right.
So if they were able to get into the program and put the sweat equity into the home, close on it, move in, and then they sell it in 5 to 10 years or something like that, they wouldn't have to pay anything back to the program.
right, if
Okay.
they didn't have any equity or
Or
subsidy,
subsidy.
yes, no, you are correct.
Okay, awesome. Yeah,
Whatever
that
they
is an
earn off of
amazing
that,
program.
they earn.
And so now where are the areas that you're developing right now?
Right now we are out. Let's see. Everybody probably knows where Pittman is.
Okay,
So instead of turning right on Pittman, you turn left,
okay.
back behind.
Oh,
there.
like off of Sylvan.
Yeah, I think
It's right across like the Parks Highway. Pittman goes this way and there's Three Bears. Then the
Mhm.
gas station Sylvan is on the left at that stoplight.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
So it's back in there.
Okay, very nice. I'm familiar with that area
Yeah.
very much actually, but
They're not yet. We haven't yet finalized it all,
mhm.
and the plat has not actually been recorded,
Okay,
but there will be.
that's where your
6
next,
lots out there.
that's the next group that you guys
That's
are
the
going to be
next
moving
group
forward.
that
Okay.
we desperately need applications
Yes.
for.
So how many more applicants are you looking for?
We need at least 3.
So three more applicants to make 6. And so if you get those 3 applicants, then when will they start construction on their homes?
That is a lot of variables there. It will depend on how long it takes us to get the administrative work done,
Okay.
because there's a full-blown environmental review
Okay.
on the location
Mhm.
that we're in the process of. And then, of course, all the administrative, we would go into contract
Okay.
with the people with a full-blown housing plan,
Mhm.
housing specs, and so we're still months out,
Yeah.
to put it mildly.
Before you start construction.
yeah.
So springtime, is that I mean, I know it's hard to tell,
yeah, we had, hoped to start before then, but I would say probably, yeah, it'll depend on the weather.
but okay.
We have started as soon as, or as late as like November.
Okay. And so
Just
for
depends on
do
weather.
you have somebody else pour the concrete foundations and stuff like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then so even though this is a super amazing program and the income requirements are very lenient, you have to be a little bit patient though, because it's not on your timeline.
You have to be very
This is it,
patient,
yeah.
and we do have 3 applicants that have been amazingly patient.
Yeah, yeah.
But when you're looking at the equity you're going
Yeah,
to get,
it's so worth it. And the interest rate, like that is
and the interest rate,
Yeah.
it's well worth the wait.
absolutely.
And most of our applicants have seen it. They
Mhm.
either have a friend or family member or something that have done this.
Have
so,
gone through the program.
so
Okay.
they see the advantages
Yeah,
of it.
yeah, for sure. And so they're enticed to be a little more patient too, because they know in the end they're going to come out on
Yeah.
top.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Well, that is super awesome.
Well, we do have a little brochure. If anybody, wants information, they can call in. This is probably 17 questions you didn't think to
Oh,
ask.
yes. Oh, perfect. That's perfect. So
And
where
then-
can they find you? If they were looking online for this program, where would they find you?
They would find us at alaskacdc.org.
Okay. That's easy enough, alaskacdc.org.
And our other programs are out there on that system too.
Yeah.
And there's what they call a pre-application, just a very simple 2-page application with the release of information form that will start the process.
Awesome. And then how long, once they apply, how long until they know that they are qualified or not?
Depending on how quickly they respond to my request for information, I would know like within a couple of weeks if I can get my information in that amount of time.
Okay.
But the approval, the formal approval would be from rural development.
Okay.
We will package it and make our recommendation, but they will do the full approval.
Okay, and how long does that take usually to get that back?
Well, they're a little backlogged, but since this program actually takes priority, I would say 3 weeks. Maybe.
Oh yeah, so that's not terrible. Waiting is hard. We all know waiting is hard, and days feel like weeks, and weeks feel like months. But that's not too long to wait. So
no, and knowing that weather's probably going to catch us, they're going to be waiting anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, thank you so much for your time today, Phyllis. And if you guys have more questions about the self-help building program, you can go to alaskacdc.org
or call me.
Or call here over. They're right here in Palmer. Their phone number is 907-746-5680. And
do 86. That'll get you directly to me.
Awesome. So Phyllis is the one you're looking to talk to about the self-help building program. If you guys have any suggestions for businesses or local organizations that you'd like to have on what's new in the Mat-Su, please just shoot me a comment and I would love to chat with you about it. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
Thank you.